Ever had a project that seems simple enough but throws a curveball after curveball? Well, that was the story getting these 3D printed letters that you can see on the left hand side, the rock outside of my house here, called Hacker Cliff now. So let's just go into this project. First up, I chose the ASA filament for printing because of its fantastic weather resistance. I'm hoping that it can survive the Canadian weather that I have out here because I'm in Saskatchewan, Canada. So I attempted a couple things to try and fasten it to the rock. First, I thought, well, I'll use glue, but the rock face was like, rocky and not a smooth surface, so it like got like only one place on the little whatchamacallit, the little letters was there and it wasn't sticking. So I gave up. And then I decided to try concrete screws. And it seemed to be going well. I was able to make the hole. And then each time I snapped like 4 or 5 of them before I said, you know what, maybe not. And then an electrician friend of mine, he suggested something that I thought was just really cool, and he suggested working using a wood screw and an 18 piece of 18 gauge wire, and it worked awesome. So there's going to be a little animation I made with Gemini shortly here, but I'll just tell you because the animation, it's a little bit wonky because I only had 3 tries at it, but I think you'll get the idea. But first, you drill the hole into the rock, which the animation shows quite well. Then you place the 18 gauge wire into the hole and cut it flush with the rock face. Now, this is where the animation gets a little bit screwy. It sort of shows the wood screw going into the wire, and it's not, it just looks bad. Um, but then you cut it there, and you screw the wood screw into the rock, so it works well. And then the wood screw just binds against the wire, and it holds it there. But anyways, now let's go over to a video that I made of myself creating one of the letters using FreeCAD, and then I sliced it with the Prusa Slicer. Hey everybody, am just actually spelling Hacker Cliff on a rock face in front of my house, and as you can see, I've made H, A, all of them, except for F, I think is the last letter I need. So let's go ahead and make F now. I'll just show you how I did it here in FreeCAD. And as you can see, it's the older FreeCAD 0.21.2. I am intending to upgrade to version 1 soon, so that I can do some tutorials or some videos using FreeCAD 1. But for now, we'll do this one. So if you missed that, I went to draft, the draft workbench. That's what we'll make our first step here. We'll go shape string, and then we will go F, because that's what I want my last one to be. I made them all 100 millimeters in height. I'll go and get my font, and you can I just downloaded a font off the internet. So now I got my shape string there. I'm gonna move from the draft workbench to the part design workbench. That's odd. We'll just say create new body. Oh, there. I'm still on the select. That's why. So I had the shape string selected, and then I won't make a new body because it's selected and it's not part of the whatever. Oh, there was one there. Delete that. We'll probably just use this one here. Let's go and go there. So I just dragged the shape string into the body. Now I can use it in the body. I'll click it. Click the pad button. So now we're gonna make just we're gonna see, just extend that F out a little bit. So now we have, it's not just like sort of a face or whatever. Now I'm gonna select this top face of this pad, click the sketcher, or click the sketch thing, and I'm gonna select this. And now we're just making holes to fasten it to the rock face. So I just put them sort of where I want them. I'm not being too particular of where I'm gonna put them. I will constrain them, as you see. This is the diameter constraint thing. Yeah, that's fine. So that will just be what we'll use to hold it to the rock face. Now that I have my sketch, I have it selected. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to make a pocket. So that's how I'm going to create the holes. There's also, I think there's a whole wizard through. I'll show that maybe later, where you can make different hole types. Now I'm just going to save and export it as an STL here. File. Save as. This first I have to save it, the document itself. And I've already made more there, so I'm just going to rename it like the others. And as you can see, I'm using capital F just to signify, in case I ever want to make lowercase numbers. So now that it is created as a file, I'm going to go File, Export, and CW holes. Now let's open Prusa Slicer. I'm going to delete that. I need to make a better, like sort of so that I can save these types of things. But there, I'm going to just export that. There. So now that looks all good. Okay, well, thank you for watching this video. That's all I have for you. I should have planned this out better. I didn't think I would make this into a full video. I just thought I'd do this and then I could put it outside of my house, the Hacker Cliff thing. But then I decided, I'll make it into a video, and I realized I didn't do a whole bunch of stuff that I should have. I should have took more pictures or videos when I was fastening it to the rock. I should have maybe did a time lapse of my 3D printer. But anyways, this is what we got, and I think that it is a pretty good little project.